Hello and welcome to another video. I'm talking a bit quietly because wife and kid are asleep, and it's in the middle of the night and I'm still awake because production is down. One of the products that I'm building, Tresor One, is down right now, and I have to wait for the database provider to restore all the data and fix the issues. I'm getting into why this happened, but I thought I'd take the opportunity and do a small report on what happened, but more importantly, to talk a bit about production down when you are, a bootstrapper, a solo founder, a maker, whatever. When you don't have a big team taking care of that, and you are all alone, and a few thousand users want to use your product. It's definitely a situation that I did not think about when starting this, and definitely something I have to deal with in the future, and have to make sure I'm dealing with this correctly. So what happened? Last night, so Friday to Saturday night, I waited basically also until the middle of the night to do a database upgrade, because normally these upgrades take about like 10 minutes downtime, and I needed more performance from the database. I needed more storage specifically, as users grow and Tresor One is growing and everything. So I waited, I did the upgrade, and 30 minutes later, even 60 minutes later, it was not back up. It was still upgrading. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's because of the data size. It just takes a couple while. I go to sleep. It's a managed database. Everything will be fine in the morning. I wake up. It's Saturday. I wake up at 9:30. And then I see already the emails coming in, like I can't log in, etc. So user reports also in the community. I check the database and it's still upgrading, like 7 hours later. I open a support ticket, I write everyone, and they basically start to fix it or investigate first. And it took the whole Saturday and is still, like, I'm still waiting basically. So we are now at 24 hours downtime. And I've updated the community and everything, but I don't have a banner on the website yet, simply because I have no head to build it right now, but has to be there in the future. But anyways, the thing is that these kind of things, they completely ruin a Saturday for me, or any day basically. If the products that I'm responsible for, doesn't matter if I'm working at a company or if it's my own company or my own product, if they are down and the users can't reach it, the customer cannot be happy with it, I'm kind of restless. I want to fix it, I need to fix it. And I thought about this a little bit, and I always have the feeling it's my personal responsibility, not my personal reputation, that is on the line. Like, I personally failed when it's not, not as reliable as I would expect, or specific, more importantly, as the users would expect. And normally, I just do everything to fix it, and that's fine if it's something that I did wrong in the code or wherever. I will be up as long as it takes to fix it. But on the other hand, let's say I'm out with my daughter or with friends, and then something happens and production is down. Would I let everyone sit there and go fix it, or would I ignore it and try to have a good time anyway, and fix it a few hours later or the day after? And it should be like this, but it's very, very hard for me currently, and I'm kind of training it, you know what I mean? Because it's not a sustainable way to work, for me to stress out that much if something breaks. Like, something will break anyway, at some point. I can make sure to have this as less as possible, or as least as possible. So try to mitigate whatever is there, have enough tests and backups and everything, all the stuff to make a system stable. But at some point something will happen, and the question is, how do I react? Do I have a team that takes care of it, and I take care of it if I'm at the computer, or do I just say, not today? Friends are more important, family is more important. And in the past year, where I have tried to build up Tresor One, I've put it above everything else, almost everything else, except if something broke during my day job. I, of course, did not leave meetings there or something to fix it. But privately, I basically yeah, put it above everything else. And this is something that I think I accept for building it up, but now that, you know, I'm building a team and it grows more, it has to become sustainable. My time and my mind also has to become sustainable. So it's not a sustainable way to prioritize it over everything else. That's the first thing that I realized and that I need to work on, definitely, because it's very hard. Like, I was out with my daughter today, on Saturday, and it was still down. Everything was down. It was very, very hard for me to not think about it and, you know, play with my daughter, be in the moment with her, and not think about the, you know, Tresor One or the database or the users or read the emails or whatever it is. It's very, very hard. So I guess there needs to be a balance there, to find that out. And I think if you are a bootstrapper, if you are a maker and you're starting out and you have 50 users, 100 users, this is not that big of a deal. But if you get to many thousand users, and people simply rely on it, especially with a service where, you know, it matters if they watch today or tomorrow. Like, it's, you know, portfolio management, so the stock portfolio is different an hour later and a day later. I can totally understand that people want to check that every day and multiple times a day. I do this myself as well. Yeah, so it's not a service where you would say, oh, okay, then, you know, it's fine. I will work with it tomorrow. I guess it would be fine, but yeah, people, of course, want to see it. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you start a side business or even a main business, whatever, if the team is that small, you alone or two people or something, at some point you have to decide to focus on stability and reliability instead of new features. And more importantly, you should think how you would react in that situation and maybe make that even clear to the people involved. For example, if it would be a B2B product, it's even like, it would be even more devastating, I think. Or maybe you can make things clearer with clear contracts, like, I will support if, you know, you have the super high important plan, otherwise weekend is off. I guess that's also fine, because database provider MongoDB, they would have not fixed it if I wouldn't pay for the super plan with high priority support. Otherwise, I would have to wait until Monday. So I guess in the B2B world, you can make a clear separation. In the B2C world, of course, the users don't care, the customers don't care if it's a weekend or not. It should work. Same for me. If I watch Netflix, I pay for it. I expect it to run, you know, and it doesn't matter what day. And if it doesn't work on Saturday, I also expect them to fix it on Saturday. So these are, I guess, the expectations from a B2C perspective we have to deal with. And you definitely should think about that once you reach that stage, or maybe even you reached it, how you will handle this kind of stuff. How would you react? Maybe you are able to mentally just shut it off and say, my users will be fine, you know, two days without the service. I will fix it on Monday, or the day after, or whatever. But it's probably good to think about this beforehand, so you're not caught by surprise and then have to struggle back and forth. I had downtimes in the past, and the most difficult situation was always balancing the fixing part and the communication with users, because I got so much emails. It was not centralized like right now in the community. I got like emails and chat messages from every user, a separate one. So the communication alone was a hell. But now, luckily, most people see this in the community. They know what's up, and I can focus on the resolution. In this case, however, I'm doing a YouTube video while it's being resolved. Hopefully, I cannot do much. I can just monitor it, and but I can also not go to sleep and have a surprise tomorrow morning. So I will probably be up all night with a glass of wine, and yeah, checking if it's working. And coincidentally, tomorrow morning we have a weekly with the Tresor One team, so I will update everyone and we will talk about this as well. But I mean, in the past 2 weeks, in the past 2 months, stability was a big focus anyway. So Tresor One got more stable, got faster, like everything went a good path. And now this, I would say it's not necessarily a fault of my coding skills or whatever. With the database upgrade just like failing for whatever reason. Hope the database provider is able to tell me and is able to fix that for the future. But I should make more. I should make more backups. Maybe I should pay for a second instance to be able to switch. I always thought these clusters, like these primary, secondary MongoDB clusters or database clusters, they had their 4 failover, but now the whole cluster is like down. So if I think about creating a second cluster and always like sync the data so I can switch my application over, that would be the first thing that I would try to automate as a database provider. So I'm a bit confused as to why the product from them is not handling that itself. But anyways, I should probably not rely on that and create a second cluster that holds all the production data simply so I can switch over the applications next time this happens. So yeah, these were a few learnings of mine and a few thoughts, but there are lots more lessons to be learned here. Just a quick update from a Saturday night, and it's Corona, I cannot go out and party. So I'll update you guys. Wish me luck, and thanks everyone who sends good wishes on Twitter. You might not believe it, but it really helps. It's good to hear sending good thoughts my way. So I'll keep you posted on Twitter, and wish me luck. Have a good night and talk to you in the next one.